Well, this is a new one. Bit of a ultra widescreen aspect ratio going here, and that's because I had to record this on my phone. So the update came out yesterday on Steam to begin with, and then that means that all your replays immediately get wiped. I mean, they don't get wiped; they actually show up in the menu, but they say incompatible version, and that means that you can't play them back. And because I didn't record this game live, I had to retreat to my phone. The Android and App Store, Apple updates are always later than the Steam ones. So the old version was still available on the mobile device, and I had to record it from there. Now, for whatever reason, the sound was all messed up when I transferred it across. So we're going to have to make do with no sound. But one of the things I've been trying to get, in fact, it was since I'd recorded the Falcon plus German Shepherd 2 squad, I really wanted to try some other variations on small teams with Falcon. And I feel like Falcon has kind of become the MVP of Golden Pack. Maybe for some people, I know for some people it was already the MVP. But there was a few updates ago where everyone was playing Egyptian Vulture. It has so many different combos you can do. But since the move to Tier 5, I almost never see it, both in custom packs and in Golden Pack itself. But what I wanted to try, there were a few different variations that I was willing to go for. I still would have gone for the solo Falcon if I'd ended up getting, winning all the early turns, or most of them anyway, and then getting the immediate manatee into monkey. But that didn't happen in this run. And one of the other variants I was interested in was Flying Fish. And Flying Fish, I feel like, is one of the least played pets in this pack, which isn't surprising given the Fig update. If you don't get some stats onto your Flying Fish immediately, or deliberately play a weak unit along with it, it's just going to get sniped by Fig every time. So, thankfully here though, we get the lucky start with the baboon, and that means that the Flying Fish can get some much needed health as soon as possible. Although we actually only scrape a win by a couple of health there, despite all the scaling. It always surprises me the kind of variation in strength of some of the teams in Golden Pack. So here's a team that has Crane early, although luckily the Lizard has just enough attack to kill there. Are we going to be okay? I think it might be a 1 HP win here. Yes, it is. I'll take it. So yeah, Falcon plus Flying Fish probably isn't going to be enough on its own without the monkey scaling. I am going to double stack the baboons here to get the Falcon's health up even higher. But yeah, I wanted to have something else. And given that I'd used German Shepherd in the last video, I felt like I didn't want to do that again, as we actually lose here. So, there's always a team out there that's doing better than you. But I find the Emu on turn 9. And Falcon plus Emu used to be pretty common in terms of, maybe not so much in Golden Pack itself, but you used to see it pretty often in customs, mainly because it used to be possible to have the, infinite or pseudo-infinite, because the Falcon just keeps getting healed by the Emu. Emu, one of those pets that doesn't have a trigger limit, which I think is fair enough because, it's just, I don't know, it feels like it's just not quite good enough to be tier 5, but at the same time probably couldn't go down to tier 4. So we stack some more buffs onto it. But yeah, you used to see Emu plus Falcon, Emu plus Sabertooth Tiger all the time, and pretty much never these days. But it is kind of an unusual situation. Normally when you're playing Emu in this pack, I mean, there are quite a lot of people using it, but usually it's for Poison Dart Frog or Cobra, in which case you want to play the Emu at the back to get the maximum number of pets kicked in front of the sniper. But here we can play it in second position because we're not interested in kicking anything other than the Falcon. So we get the Bird of Paradise, so I'm just, Baboon has run out of juice now because we're on turn 11. There's nothing for it to scale anymore. And we'll just take Bird of Paradise because we're closing in on the win very rapidly. And you can also do this. You can play Falcon, or you can play with an empty slot at the front. I think that's just something that you rarely see in general. Any of the pets that will jump, if you just leave an empty space at the front, that will trigger the jump automatically at the start of the battle. So it applies to Doorhead Ant, and I would imagine it applies to all the new jump pets in Unicorn Pack as well. Speaking of which, I tried to record some stuff yesterday on patch release day, and with the nerfs to the most overpowered stuff, literally every opponent is a jump build, and they're all scaling out of control with the buffs to the Frogman. So yeah, probably still some work to be done on the balance front there, but at least customs shouldn't be completely ruined by Cyclops and Vampire Bat and so on. But this is the dream here. The Falcon copies the Nyala, and then the Nurse Shark hangs on with just enough health for the Falcon to copy it and become instantly level 3. With the combo Falcon plus Flying Fish, it is quite unusual in that you don't have to level beyond level 2. In fact, I think it's kind of unsatisfying to level beyond level 2. If the Falcon is level 3, then the Flying Fish is doing absolutely nothing other than giving the summoned pet a little bit of extra stats. It's just much nicer to see the actual level up effect, I think. So yeah, we're just going to switch to the 3 squad now. And it's actually a Dart Frog team with Emu, which is kind of funny. So you could see the difference here. There are so many Dart Frog teams now, and this one just isn't quite there in terms of level 3. They've got the 2.66 Dart Frog, and copying a slug with a Falcon is probably the worst thing you can copy, because you're going to waste the triggers from the Flying Fish, and also give Dart Frog or Falcon loads of shots. But luckily here we also have Potato on the Flying Fish, which is going to tank some of the damage, and in the end it's a very comfortable win. So I hope the change in aspect ratio didn't spoil that one. I didn't really have anything else to upload, given that the Unicorn Pack session yesterday just didn't go as planned.